Now, if you went to school in the 90s like me, you will remember that the highest degree of cool could have been obtained not by walking around with your school books in your rucksack, how boring, but you'd have had your school books in a record bag. How cool. Now, I sadly wasn't that cool, but maybe I can redeem myself with this project. Yes, so welcome back to the Dadskillz how-to channel. Now, you know I love a bit of making, crafting, all that sort of stuff. So, a couple of years ago, we moved house, leather sofa, wasn't going to come with us, wrong shape, wouldn't look right, all the rest of it. But it was a leather sofa. And where my arse had been on it for about 10 years, it looked fantastic, like the patina was fantastic. Me being me, I didn't just throw it in the front garden along with the mattress and the pizza boxes. I actually skinned it. I took all the leather off. Now, obviously, it's been sat around for a couple of years now, gathering dust, but I think my nostalgic 90s project should be just right for it. This is the leather we ended up with, which was quite a lot, to be fair. So, some of it, really nice. It's got really nice patterns on it, really nicely worn. Some nice bits there. This is a lot of seat cushion covers and seat backs. Now this stuff, I thought this was leather to start with. Now this stuff was like across the back and places that you're not really going to see. And I don't actually think it's real leather. It's got like a pattern on the back there, like a crisscross pattern. So that leads me, and it feels different. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to bag that up and put it away, and we're just going to work with these bits here. But I've been a bit of a cheeky sneaker and actually made a start. So I didn't know whether the old brother sewing machine over there would be man enough for it. And so I had a go, and it is just about. So this will be the sort of lip you'll see. Hey, you want to watch it, mate, you'll end up with a pair of shoes. So this will be the lip you see when you open the flap. So the flap will come down and go against there. So I've got this nice piece of leather. Just put a couple of rows of running stitches in it, just to see if it could take it. And it's just about. I need to crank the handle a little bit to get started, but then once we're going, we're off and away. Can you stop walking around? So being a record bag, obviously, or maybe not obviously if you're not from that era, we're going to go, it's going to be 12 inches square basically. We're never going to put a record in it, but we're going to aim for about 12 inches square. And when I cut these, I cut them with 1/2 inch each side for sewing. So it's actually going to be 3 inches wide there, you see, from there to there. So that should be, that's a nice width. It's not too wide. Not too shallow, so we are now going to take this as the middle. So that's 12 inches to there, and then I'm going to turn that over and put a seam in it. So we're going to go there somewhere. I will give ourselves a bit. How's that? Have we measured accurately? Of course we haven't. Right, we're going to go with that. I'm doing this back to front now. Look. Okay, cool. Nice, okay. So now we can go and put our stitches in our bag sides. Because it's on show, I want to try and do the same sort of thing that we did here, so that they might line up. And then we get just a little accent of this reddy pinky colour, which would be cool. I think it's a bit wonky. This is certainly no how to use a sewing machine. This is flying by the seat of my pants stuff. But now we can cut this to the size we want it. So 12 inches by 12 inches. Well, it'll be 13 because we'll have 1/2 inch either side to sew to. and then the back and the flap will be one piece, but I don't think I can do them until I've sewn on what is going to be the strap to the sides. But we may be able to connect this together. There. And then turn the corner. There, and then here. Right, okay, now we have a bit of slack in the system. That may well be useful. Yeah, nice, we're very close. It's just regulating that when we get close to it. So, I think, even though I haven't got the strap, which I'm going to use something very apt from the 90s, I think we'll put these sides together. This is very nerve-wracking, this bit. Oh no! I've run out of blooming stuff in there. Oh, that was annoying. I thought we got it. It even went straight through here, but this little jobby in here ran out. Go. That didn't sound good. But we didn't break the needle, which is cool. Oh! No. Okay, what have we got so far? Well, we've got something that looks a bit like a cut-up sofa so far. I've snapped 2 needles. Trying to do that, so I think I might rivet it, I think. Oh, look, there's the blooming broken part there. I found a piece that I think has got some quite nice wear on that bit. I was thinking of the back to start with, but I'm actually going to use that for the front because if you look at how it sort of flaps down, it looks pretty cool. I've been having a little play with this leather kit that I've got that I bought some time ago but never used. I've gone around places where it could come apart or places that I couldn't actually get to with the sewing machine, and I've used this very thick, waxy thread, and I had to use this bradawl type thing to poke a hole and then get this stuff through there, which is cool. So a lot of these corners now are done. This, where I couldn't get to, is done. And then sewed on what will be the back and the flap. Let me show you the strap. This is very cool and very apt, I think. I wanted a decent strap so that if you had a weighty bag, it wouldn't cut into your shoulder, and this is perfect. This was off Amazon. It's a guitar strap. And why that is so apt is because 90s music was all indie, guitar music, Oasis, Blur, all that sort of stuff. So this is going to be great. This, I think, is too thick to sew. I'm not going to get a needle through that. So we have a set of these sort of rivet things. Having looked at that strap, if I put that on now, because of the thickness of it, it's just going to get in the way. I'm not going to sew it anyway, so we might as well sew the bag up totally. I've no idea why it keeps missing and not picking up the thread underneath. It's well annoying. You wouldn't think my great-grandmother was a seamstress, would you? She's probably turning in her grave right now. So I managed to get the obligatory bradawl through the finger, which was cool. So I've been around all the places that could break. There I've done like a running stitch, and then I've done it one way, gone back through it the other way. And this one I've had a tie type job. I'll see which one is stronger. I'm sure there's a proper name for that, but I do not know what I'm doing, so turned out quite nice. Well, we have something that looks like a bag. Corners are pretty nice. There's just that one that you can see a few stitches on, was a bit slightly annoying. It's quite strong, but it's annoying that you can see them. But at the minute, without the strap, it's still looking like some sort of leather cushion. dog you can hear in the background chewing on a bone, which is nice for him, isn't it? Right, put a bit of wood in there. About there somewhere. And we have all these colours to choose from. We're certainly not going to go gold. I think we'll just stick with these. If we look at the bag, I'm so happy with how it turned out. So there was a logo there that was the maker of the guitar strap, and also you could put plectrums in there. That made it look a bit busy, so I took that off. But I am really happy. Now, all the way through this, I said it's just an interesting project. I'm not actually going to use it as a bag. It's not really my thing. But now I've got it on, it would actually make a great bag for when I'm carrying my DLSR camera around. It's nice and soft inside. It's really good. So that's with a couple of bits in there. I've got a few sort of books in there and stuff that go in there really nicely. There's loads you could do to this now. You could put names of bands up there in badges and stuff. You could make a couple of sort of magnetic poppers in here so that they close down each corner. That's fantastic. The world, as they say, is your oyster now. So if you like this sort of video, check out my channel. There's plenty more crafting videos on there. But until the next time, I'll see you again. Cheers.